Yeah, it's still pretty dirty. I didn't clean it up very well, but probably just going to be a fan for use in my shop. So, no use cleaning it up very much. Start off on high, shut the heater off first.
Medium.
Here's low. Yeah, it doesn't have the most of a spin down time. One bearing got oiled correctly, but the front bearing didn't get quite a proper oiling, but I flushed it out really good. And you'll see at the end of the video how I oiled it. I mean, basically just dripping drops down the shaft, except ×2. Something I find interesting about this fan is that Duracraft decided to use little plastic clips like this to hold the grill on. So far they've held up, but I'm guessing in another 10 years those will just be nothing. I don't know what kind of glue they used, but it's on there good. See if I can turn this on with one hand. It spins a little faster without the grill. They're really out of balance because when they glued the blade on, they just like put it on and didn't even care to line it up, because you can see it's all out of balance and everywhere. It's not a whole lot of pitch, but it does manage to move a fair bit of air. Like, Oh, it's so tough to switch this thing with one hand. There we go. Oh, I probably wasn't even on the right shot. There you go, there's a little bit of the pitch. I kind of went to an extent of making this fan as presentable as it is, because if you notice here, there's a bunch of cracks all over. Well, this was shattered because my cousin stepped on it when he went to go like grab it out of the garbage for me. But I managed to grab all the pieces and gooped it back together. So it stands up now, and finally got it oiled. It took me a long time because I couldn't find any of these anywhere. I needed some of them because I broke the ones in the motor holding the wires onto it, and didn't want to put it together without the wires all secured. So yeah, I had to fix the base of the fan, and it was extremely tedious to oil this fan because I couldn't get the blade off. As stated before, the blade is glued on, so that means I can't remove the rotor shaft out of the bearing to put my cloth in there soaked with oil so that bearing can soak up some oil, you know. But yeah, I keep on rambling about other stuff. The whole reason I went so far into making this fan workable was because, I don't know, I just used to see these when I was a kid, so I guess you could say it's a childhood fan. I mean, this is a mid-90s fan, and I just remember it when I was really young. One of these being in the house that we used to live in. I don't know, my parents just left it there. We know the people who live there today, and that fan is still in there to this day, I believe. Though I haven't been in there in quite a few years. It might have topped out by now. And yeah, I just always remember seeing these switches. Like, I seen a few of these things back in the day. But, yeah. That was always just, you know, it's kind of tough to switch these. I don't know if this one's just kind of sticky and stuff from seeing outside weather, but like, it's kind of tough to switch it with one hand. Oh, shut up! You just don't see these on fans anymore. Really, you didn't see them on fans for very long, just in like kind of the 90s and early 2000s era when they thought this was a good idea, but I guess you could still find some fans with these today, specifically child-proof fan type of deal. Anyways, I guess that's enough ramble for this thing. So yeah, I finally got one of these Duracraft table fans. I kind of wanted one of these for a while. Thanks for watching. Well, you can see I got that cover off there. It took quite a lot of very gentle forceage. I had to open this thing. It doesn't all the way open, you know, like you can see there, but it's enough to release the thing pushing on this cord so that to hold it in one place, you know. Once this is lifted, I could pull this wire up a bit more and managed to give me enough wire to slip this cover over all this rotor shaft, and bang. But yeah, and the bottom bearing, or the front bearing, I basically just well, I filled it right up here with oil so it was overflowing the bearing, and I did have my nail in there. See, I had this lifted a little, and then I had this little nail here jammed in there in between the rotor and the stator so it wouldn't fall down, and then that would allow the oil to go in there, and I think it's done the trick because the bearing operates perfect now. Before it was really stiff. It was the front bearing that was messed up. The back bearing was still relatively clean, but I'm going to put her back together and we'll see how it runs. I don't know, I bumped this. I tried to remove the stator without taking the rotor off because As you know, I can't take the rotor off because this fan blade is glued onto it. So I tried to remove the stator just like straight out, but the rotor is obviously not meant to go out the front of the stator, and it kept rubbing against the windings, so I'm hoping that didn't wreck it. I'll find out when I plug it in here. Holy crap. Holy crap, those blades are all over the place. Not one is in the same place. Ha! Listen to that. And that's for real. Oh yeah, she shakes a little. Can you see how unbalanced those blades are? Holy crap. Looks like this thing ain't even on straight. Wonder if it was glued on. That could be a very real possibility. It's got a nice calm low though for a 12-inch. Just check out the wonkiness of this though. Yeah, these aren't coming off, man. That's not good. This will be a project.